that, guys. I can. So today we've got to have an emergency meeting, and we'll get into it in a minute because Trump has talked about more tariffs if he's not allowed to take over Greenland. So we're going to talk about that and what are the impacts of that on gold and silver. All right. Hey, Myron. Not much, except that today is a Sunday, so that means it's 6 o'clock. The precious metals open up. So check out the price of gold and silver at 6 o'clock every Sunday. That's when stuff starts to go down. All right. So I'm really excited for the silver and the gold market to see what happens. Copper is the third monetary metal. Copper. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Throughout history, it was always gold, silver, and what else? Copper. Copper has always been part of our monetary history. It's a poor man's silver, if you will. Okay? So copper is the next silver. Yes. In a matter of speaking, you know, just in a figurative manner. But yes, copper will gain a lot of attention, just like silver is gaining now. Copper will skyrocket in value, just like silver is skyrocketing. Anything that conducts electricity, okay? We're in an artificial intelligence war, an AI war. We need to have the best tech. So we need to have the most silver. I'm about some silver. Do you think it was a good move? I'm about some silver. What was a good move? Like the move that we had from $14 to 89? That move? Or the move that's still coming, you know? Was it a good move? Yeah, it's a good move. Silver just skyrocketed. Pretty good move. But it's only just beginning, okay? Are diamonds good too? No. Diamonds are only good for investing if you are an expert, okay? Because if you're not an expert, you're going to get screwed over. They're going to sell you a diamond. They're going to tell you it's a certain grade, but it's probably going to be a grade lower, okay? Especially if you buy it at a pawn shop. And if you don't buy it at a pawn shop, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, and you're not going to be able to resell it for a profit. So generally speaking, diamonds are not a good investment. Yes, they have been if you have had the privilege of buying very rare, super expensive items. Most people do not have that privilege because they're poor, okay? You got to have millions of dollars if you want to buy amazing jewelry and then try to resell it for a profit. You got to have millions, you know, if you really want to make tons of money. But I do not recommend diamonds because I don't know anything about them, and it's very complex. You have to have a very good eye. You got to have a really good eye for that, for diamonds, okay? You got to be able to spot imperfections. You have to be able to, you have to have a diamond tester, expensive equipment. So I would say the average man should stay away from diamonds. And it's just freaking from De Beers. They just tell us that, oh, if we're going to get married, we have to get the woman a diamond because the diamond is forever. You know, that's stupid. Diamonds are forever. Gold is forever, you know. What about rubies, emeralds? Okay, lots of things. You could use all kinds of things to get married. You don't have to get a diamond. It's all a manipulated market by De Beers. Stay away from diamonds. Yeah, diamonds aren't great long-term stores of value. Sometimes, diamonds do go up in value, but I prefer precious metals. Yeah. Because a diamond, if you're going to go sell it, how much are you going to get for your diamond? Well, one store might give you $2,000. Another store might offer you $1,000. Another place might offer you $4,000. And what you might not even go to the best place. There might be a place that's going to offer you $8,000 for your diamond, but you don't even go there because you don't know about them. But if you have gold, everybody knows how much the gold is worth. I don't care where you go. Okay? They're all going to pay pretty close to the same. Okay? If gold is $4,000 an ounce, most shops are probably going to offer you, $3,950 or $3,900. Okay? If they offer less than that, then they're a joke. They shouldn't be around. But yeah, if you take a diamond, you're going to get all kinds of crazy prices. You're not even going to know the true value unless you put it on the open market at an actual diamond auction. That's the only way to find the real value, I think. How high do you think gold and silver will go this year? I think silver could hit 120, and then I think it could pull back. I definitely think, gold's going to hit 5,000 this year, I think. But I don't know for sure. But I definitely believe that gold should easily hit 5,000 because it's almost there. And silver should easily hit 100, 120. Okay? Gold at 5,000, that should put silver at about 115, 120. I believe. Because silver is gaining the momentum. It's catching up to gold. Diamonds are the most common precious stone in the world. Yeah, there's a lot of diamonds out there. I told you the diamond market is all manipulated by De Beers. Okay? You don't want to invest in diamonds. You don't want to get your wife a diamond. Get her a fake diamond. Okay? It's the same exact chemical composition. It's or a moissanite or a lab diamond. A lab diamond is actually better than a real diamond because there's no imperfections. That's one of the ways they can tell a real diamond because it should have some kind of imperfection. Okay? I think every real diamond will have some kind of imperfection. But yeah, lab diamonds are perfect. Just like your woman, So I say get her a lab diamond. Nobody's going to know the difference. Nobody. It's the same stone. This guy says fake chain. No, not fake. You're fake. Okay? I'm one of the only channels out here on YouTube that's not fake. That's not bought and paid for by some bigger, higher power. Pumping up some different cryptos and stuff. I only pump up Shiba Inu because I like it, not because anybody pays me to do it. I am the most legit YouTuber. All right, guys? There is no YouTuber more legitimate than me. This is 100% real. And so is... Got this one too. That's worth some good money, guys. But that'll be my son's present on his 16th birthday, probably. If I ever have one. Timu. No, this is not Timu. Are you woke? Yeah, dude, I am woke. Okay? I'm the most woke dude you're ever going to find. I'm woke to almost every reality in this universe. Okay? There's nothing that I ignore, nothing that I suppress. I explore every possible area of research about the world that I can. So yeah, I'm definitely woke. I'm like real woke though. 10K gold plated. You need Bosley. Yeah, Bosley hair transplant. Yes. What is that going to do for me? What's Bosley do? What is he going to do? Put little new hairs in there and it's going to magically grow? Bosley's bull. Okay, bro? Bosley don't work. How do you feel about when Charlie Kirk hit the kangaroo pose from the Olympics? kangaroo pose. I don't know what the kangaroo pose even was. I'm going to monetize this live now. I got to get rich, guys. We got to get rich. Not sure aviation has even more good news on the way. A new partnership. Trump. Instead of getting that chain, you should have got hair replacement therapy. Yeah, I don't want to though. I don't want hair replacement therapy. The fact that I'm losing hair does not bother me. I will not be intimidated by you because I'm losing hair. That's part of being alive. It's part of being a man. I'm not going to put fake hair in there and be some kind of fake person. I'm 100% real. Okay, I am the genuine article. We are Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was trying to get divorced. I heard that he was getting. They had the divorce papers, and then he got killed. Probably because they knew that he was going to talk about the divorce, and he was going to say a whole bunch of stuff that was going to expose even more. And they figured the best thing to do was to take him out. And that's not right, but that's what they do throughout the world, all different countries. They take people out that don't agree with the current politics. JFK took him out. Lincoln, they took him out. There was other presidents too. They just take him out. They can do whatever they want. That's why I like to be careful with what I say sometimes and don't overstep my bounds about certain people groups that are taking over the world. So I try not to talk too much about that or even mention them. But yes, it is true. Okay? There are people groups that are taking over the world. Next topic. So, don't rush into it. Check up on when you have the name of Tuesday. How's the furry Discord going? It's good. Yeah, we're doing the furry parties. We all meet up and we wear our costumes. I wear my Pikachu costume. My buddy Dan that I met at the milk plant, he dresses up and he does all kinds of crazy stuff at these furry parties, dude. This guy is the one that got me into it. Dan. Trans group. No, it's not trans. We're straight. We're straight men and there's straight females. And we just meet up in these different costumes. And then we just kind of party. And then we do a lot of different stuff. It's called furry parties. Grown man wearing a teenager graphic tee. This is Shiba Inu. I've made thousands of dollars. Shiba Inu, my retirement plan. I've made thousands of dollars on Shiba Inu. And you want to say, grown man wearing a teenager graphic tee. No, those teenagers don't have my kind of money, bro. Okay? This is for people that want to get rich. Shiba Inu. I own Shiba Inu cryptocurrency. Okay? And I've made thousands of dollars on it. Thank you for those likes. I see that. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Baldy Club. The Balding Brothers. We're the Balding Brothers, guys. Thousands of dollars isn't much, plus it's a gamble. Well, you don't know how many thousands I've made, or how many tens of thousands I've made on Shiba Inu. And it's not a gamble. Because if you just wait till it's low, then you eliminate your risk. Because you can't go any lower. Okay? And then you just sell it when it's high, then you make your money. So right now, Shiba Inu is low. So right now is when you want to buy it. And then when it goes up, you want to sell it. Why is that so hard for people? It's very hard. A lot of people, when Shiba Inu goes down, they don't want to touch it. But when it goes up, they buy it when it's too high. And then they become a bag holder. Okay? So you guys got to learn to buy Shiba Inu when it's low. That's how you get rich. Okay? Just like silver. I bought silver when it was low. I was buying silver for $5 an ounce. And I'm going to sell it when it's between 500 and 1,000 per ounce. So you buy low and you sell high. Okay? Male Kamala sober again. How long do you hold for? With Shiba Inu, we're going to have to hold as long as we need to. Okay? So, yes, get this fucking idea out of your head that you're going to buy Shiba Inu and you're going to become rich tomorrow. No. You're going to buy Shiba Inu and you're going to sit on it and it's going to be boring as fuck. Okay? It's going to be boring as hell. And what most people are going to do is they're going to sell it too early. They're going to take this and they're going to sell it too early. And then it's going to go up without you. Okay? Yes, it's boring. Getting rich can be boring. Holding on to high quality assets and waiting until they fully mature, that's boring. Most people do not want to do that. Okay? But you guys are different. You guys are different. You have the willpower. Say to yourself, I have the willpower to hold on to Shiba Inu, silver, gold, ICP coin. I have the willpower to hold on as long as it takes. Because I'm not poor. Tell yourself, I do not have a poor state of mind. I have a rich mindset, and I'm going to become rich. Okay? Say, I'm going to become rich. Say that right now, guys. 28 people. I will become rich. Okay? You will do it. You can do it. All of you guys can do it. Don't sell your Shiba Inu too soon. This is the worst time to sell. Okay? Same with ICP. I'm buying it right now. I'm not selling. I'm not selling any crypto. I'm buying as much as I can afford to, which is not much because I'm mostly buying precious metals and mining stocks right now. And I'm buying oil stocks and commodities, dividend stocks. So I don't really have a lot of money for cryptocurrency. But I am buying as much as I physically can. Okay? Well, like I said, which is not that much. But I already have a lot of Shiba Inu. So I don't really need that much more. He says, where TF were you when it was 5? When silver was $5, I was working at a chicken farm. I was about 14 years old. I got my working papers. And then I had a family member that said, you know, silver, it's a good investment. So I started buying silver when I was 14. That's where I was. I was 14. So yeah, I was right here. I was right in this town. And I was buying silver. I was working at a chicken farm. That's how I made a lot of my money, is from buying silver at $5 an ounce, or $5.50, $5.60. It's right around in there, $5.75. You know, and then it started to go up to 50. Shiba upside extremely low. The Shiba Inu upside, I believe it's a 10x. I think we can move up 10 times. That's not low, okay? Yeah. I believe we could also hit a new record. I believe we will. Shiba Inu will hit a new record high. So listen to these words closely, guys, because this can make you rich. It can make or break you. You got to hold Shiba Inu, okay? Shiba hasn't ran for a few years, so it's definitely due. It did run last year. Yeah, Shiba did run, and I made thousands of dollars last year. I'll show you where I made my money. Shiba Inu coin market cap. That's where I look for my crypto, is coin market cap. Okay? So here's Shiba Inu. 508. So this is when it first really ran really good. Boom. Now, you said it hasn't ran for a few years. What about right here? That's 2024. 2024. Okay? I bought it right here. Sold here, bought here, sold here, and now I'm buying. Okay? I'm buying it right here. And I'm going to sell it probably when it comes up to here. That's when I'll sell. All right? So I made money. I made good money on Shiba Inu in 2024. Trying to say it hasn't ran. Well, yeah, it hasn't matched its biggest run, but I believe it will. I believe Shiba Inu will hit a new record high. And I'm going to hold on until it does. $50,000 silver per troy ounce is high. 1,000 is low. Wake up. STFU, he says. I can tell he's crypto rich because he's giving advice on YouTube for donations. Yes, we are looking for donations, guys, to help me buy my next piece of gold. All right? trying to buy more gold. So we are asking for donations for the channel. And if you want to donate to my GoFundMe, trying to buy a Hayabusa or a Kawasaki Ninja H2. So you can donate right on to, nobody's going to do this shit. But, you know, why not? You guys, you know, I'm just trolling y'all anyways. Not with the crypto, but with the donations. You know, you don't have to donate. Yeah, I got money, guys, but if you do want to donate to my GoFundMe to help me buy my sport bike, you can. And I do believe that a millionaire dude will come in here one day. He'll donate, and that's going to be funny. And I'm going to put the bike on the channel. It's going to be great. There's a lot of things coming on this channel, okay? Shiba will never take off. Market cap is way too high. Well, what about when it goes low? Market cap is already down to like 5 billion. It's been a lot higher, okay? The market cap on Shiba Inu, it's relatively low compared to where it was. Okay, and over time, they're going to burn more Shiba Inu, making it extremely rare. At some point in the future, enough Shiba Inu will be burned that it will be very rare. And if you hold it, it's going to be like holding gold. Okay, just keep it and go with your life until it. Yeah. Just hold on to your Shiba Inu. Don't worry about it. Once it skyrockets, then you can sell. You know, don't even worry about it. People, they think like, oh, if I'm not making money on Shiba Inu right now, I have to sell it. No, don't sell it. It will make you money, and nobody can predict exactly the day or the hour that Shiba Inu is going to skyrocket. But I would say it's probably going to be this year. I think we're going to skyrocket this year. Okay? Because the interest rates are going to come down. My portfolio is down. I'm just waiting to get it out and adding to it. Yes, my crypto portfolio is down too. Do you think I'm scared? No. You got to stay strong, guys. Now is not the time to sell crypto because everything is down. So remember, you should be loading up right now. You should be buying. You should be buying crypto. Who's buying gold and silver today before the market opens? All of Peter Schiff's followers probably are. And I'm one of them, you know. But personally speaking, I have enough silver. I don't really need any more right now. Yes, it never hurts to have more. But I think that I have enough silver. So I'm putting all of my money right now into the silver explorers, junior miners, okay? That's what I'm doing with my money, as well as dividend stocks, okay? That's really what I'm doing. I'm buying gold and silver explorers. These are the penny ones. Like they're worth like 1 penny, or they're worth 15 cents, or they're worth like 0.001. You know, I'm putting all my money into those because when the gold bull market fully goes, those ones are going to go up the most, okay? The gold and silver penny stocks, those are going to be the best gainers of the entire precious metals market. Because how do I know? Because it happened in 2011, 2010. All the penny ones exploded. So I'm putting all of my money into the gold and silver penny stocks. And dividend stocks like Petro Brazil, Ecopetrol, Devon Energy, Energy Transfer, Plains All American Pipelines. Okay? That's what I'm doing currently. Just so you guys know. I already have lots of gold stocks, lots of option calls on gold stocks. I don't need any more gold. I have tons of it, okay? Do Dash Huns really popular right now? He shaved his hair off, he said. Fire stocks. There's no justification for any crypto pumping up. You are a crypto day trader. I'm not a crypto day trader. I'm a long-term investor. I hold and I build my crypto account. I dollar cost average. I have stopped putting money into ICP even right now. It's just going all towards the explorers, the penny stocks. Hooker fund as well. Jesus saves. Hey John, quick hello. Hey dude, yeah, I know you got work to do. I got work to do. I got to get back to work. I got to go to my day job in just a little bit. And I got to make some money. But guess what, dude? I'm off the next 2 days. So I'm going to try to do a lot of lives, get a lot of followers. I'm going to do a lot of work on the channel, do a lot of videos, okay, for the next 2 days. Bro, losing money on leverage, you can just tell. I don't have any leverage, okay? On my crypto, I have no leverage. I just have the cryptos themselves, like ICP, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Pepe, Bonk. I don't have any leverage on crypto. None. I would never do that because the markets are too unpredictable to take on massive leverage. And then the market maker knows if you're on leverage. They know how many people are over leveraged, so that then they can crash it when the market is thin, and that's how they can blow people up. They can blow up your account. So as soon as you take on leverage, the market maker knows that you have leverage, and they will do everything they can to destroy you, and then they'll take it up. That's why sometimes it's better to get no leverage. You know, I know it's popular to get leverage, but it's not really smart. For the average investor, it's not a good idea. Yes, you can get lucky. You can. This guy says, I donate the knowledge of Jesus. Thank you. That is the most important knowledge that we do have, is the knowledge of Jesus. Jesus is in every continent. If he never really came back from the dead, you think his story would have exploded all over the entire world? You think all those people would have died for him, you know? No, the story is real. Jesus is the most legitimate savior so far on the earth. And there is none like him. And there is none equal to him. And Kenneth Copeland says that he's equal with Jesus. This guy, Kenneth Copeland, I do believe he's possessed by a legion of demons, or one powerful demon, or he may have sold his soul to the devil. But it's probably demons, you know. Do not turn the right nor the left. Turn your foot from evil. Thank you for that. Turn away from evil. If you continue in true faith and obey Christ and submit to Christ, you will inherit eternal life. The new tariffs on Europe should push silver and gold higher. Well, every time they introduce tariffs, it makes the markets tank. And I say that the markets aren't going to keep believing this crap, you know? I don't think that the markets are going to drop with these tariffs because the markets are sick. They're sick of everything Trump has to say. Okay? They're sick of these tariffs on, tariffs off, on, off. At some point, the markets are going to stop caring what Trump does and what Trump says. And they're sick of it. The investors know it's all BS. I'm sick of Trump, okay? Floki Inu. Floki Inu. That's just a stupid one. Dog Crypto's Moon. This dude is buying Trump coin. No, I'm not. But would I? Yes, Trump coin is way down. But I don't know if it's on Coinbase. So I don't know if I can even buy it. But yeah, dude, Trump coin, yeah. It's garbage, but you know, it's going to go up. Sorry, guys, I don't have the best technology. You guys didn't donate enough for a stand for my phone. You guys. Mostly day trade top gainers and stocks. Yes, I have stocks, crypto, precious metals, and cash. So I'm diversified. That's what you should be too. Yeah. Hold your stocks and hold your crypto. The stock market's going to be going higher. I think it's going to go a lot higher before it crashes. Yeah. I'm speaking in general to people that don't have much of any. How much silver is enough? Well, there's never enough. You never have enough money. I think for silver, you need 100 ounces for every person in your home. Okay? And that's getting very hard to do now. Okay? I've been saying this. You got to get 100 ounces for every person. If you did not listen to me, then now you have to pay way more. It's not easy to get 100 ounces anymore like it was when I first told you. So you guys gotta work on 100 ounces per person. You're probably never gonna. You gotta hurry up. 100 ounces for each person in your house. So you got a daughter, a son. That's 200 ounces plus your wife, 300 plus you. That's 400 ounces. That's what you need. Okay. Buy now or lose big time. Only physical. Paper will be zero. Paper will not be zero. Paper is worth cash. Okay? Yes, paper is worth zero physical silver until you sell your paper silver and then you can buy a real silver, assuming that you can, assuming that it's available. It should be. Silver will always be available to the average investor. It's going to be very high priced. You know? I know this is a terrible time to invest in silver. Been in crypto for about 5 years now, which is why I know. So because he's invested in crypto, he thinks it's not a good time to buy silver. Why would you think that? Well, I'll tell you this, guys. It's not a good time to buy silver compared to a year ago, 2 years ago, when I first told you to buy it, 3 years ago. It's not a good time to buy silver in comparison to an earlier point in time. But that does not mean it's not a good time to buy silver. Yes, you're paying more now, but it's still a good time to buy it. Understand? You got to keep everything into perspective. Yes, it is still a good time to buy silver, but it's not as good as it was. Okay? But I still think silver can go a lot higher here. A lot. I think silver can go to $1,000 an ounce. But yes, it's not going to go there tomorrow. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, guys. I voted for Trump and stand by my decision. Yeah, okay. This guy's very strong on his convictions. He voted for Trump and he's very happy about it. But remember, you're saying you're going to stand by your position. Don't just stand by it just because you want to be a strong person and you want to stay true to your beliefs. You've got to realize we have new evidence to believe that Trump only cares about money. Okay? Trump doesn't care about you. He only cares about money. Because of this new evidence, I think you should change your opinion. Okay? If you voted for Trump, I mean, yeah, that's okay. Because Trump was probably better than Kamala. You really think we need a female leader? That these women, a lot of them, they can't even figure out what they want to wear. And we're supposed to let one be in charge of the whole country? You know, so yeah, if you voted for Trump, I think that's good on you. But Trump is no saint. Trump is no saint. I think he is with the demons, okay? He allowed Kenneth Copeland to speak at one of his rallies. The demons congregate together, okay? So Trump, maybe he's possessed by a demon. Maybe Trump sold his soul years and years and years and years ago. I think that might be it. Trump sided with Satan many, many years ago because he probably wanted wealth, okay? Trump is one of the most powerful people in the world. And I think he got that way, probably made a deal with the devil, you know? That's all he cares about. He's starting these meme coins, Trump coin, Melania coin, these BS coins just so he can get rich. He didn't care if people lost their money. He only cared if he sold it at the right time. Okay? Trump is only about money. That's it. And they're making it seem like, you know, he's a man of God. He's a good person. You know, he's not. He's not. Trump is a master manipulator. And I don't even think he's really a master. You know, at least he made gas cheaper. No, he didn't make gas cheaper. I mean, yeah, he's allowing more drilling and stuff like that, but not to the extent that he should, you know. But yeah, it's cheaper, sure. But not really. I mean, it's still Oil is down, but gas is still expensive. It's all taxes. He's not making it cheaper. He just brought the price of oil down a little bit per barrel. He's not really alleviating the tax burden on the American citizens, though. All that gas, it's like all taxes. It's insane, okay? How much gold per person in the household? None. I don't think that you need any gold. If you have silver, you should be all right. But, if you want to have gold too, I would say, 50-50. If you're going to have 100 ounces of silver for every person in your home, I think you should have 1 ounce of gold, something like that, or 2 ounces of gold. But it's not really that important. If you have silver, you're good. If you have silver, you don't really need gold. Okay? But yes, there are gold bugs that I'm going to set that these people just love gold, even though silver massively outperforms gold. But these people are in love with gold, The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, okay? You should not be in love with your gold. Gold is just a means to an end. We invest in gold, we make money, we use that money to start a business, okay? There's a process to everything. There's a formula for getting rich, okay? We have to use this formula for getting rich that we can. So we invest in gold, sell the gold, buy the businesses, start hiring people, create jobs for the community. Silver doesn't retrace. Yes, it does. Silver is definitely going to have a retracement here. It's going to have a correction. It had a big correction. Silver went up to like 80 something, and then it went down to 70, 71. That was a pretty big correction. Okay, we could go up to 100, and then we could go back down to 85. You will see. We'll see. Okay. What flavor is the energy drink? It's electric limeade. Electric limeade. Yeah, it's good. Gold is usually a hedge against inflation. Yeah, that's what they call it. Gold is a hedge against inflation. It's also a precious metal, a monetary metal. It's also an investment. And a lot of people say gold is not an investment. Don't believe them, okay? If you bought gold for $2,000, now it's worth 46. That's a pretty freaking good investment. It's a good investment. It always corrects itself. I'd be very careful who you call a fool, my good sir. Because your statement is incorrect. Yes. Well, gold always corrects itself. So does that mean it's going to correct back to $20 per ounce? No, gold is not going back to $20 per ounce. There are small corrections, but over time, gold and silver will go higher. Okay, so no, gold doesn't always correct itself. It has small corrections along the way to the end goal. Okay? He says, if you don't believe that, you're fools. And a lot of people think that silver is going to have a correction. Silver is going to go way back down to 20 bucks again. No. Silver has broke out of a cup and handle. I think 50 is the new floor. I don't think silver is ever going to go below 50 ever again. Okay? So there's not going to be this massive correction, 100% correction. No. Gold will not have that kind of a correction. Silver will never have that kind of a massive correction. There's going to be some scary days, yes. But in the next 10 years, I think silver is going to be close to $1,000 an ounce. Okay? Maybe 15 years, but still. Over time, silver is going to go up. Yes, there will be corrections, but it's going to go up higher and higher and higher. Okay? Silver is my savior. Well, Jesus is the savior, but silver is going to be our monetary savior. Our monetary savior, yes. How many years have you been smoking? I don't smoke. I did at one point when I lived in another state. I started smoking Marlboro 27s. And then, because I got an addictive personality. But I quit that after a few months. Okay, shave off a few shillings when you need to buy groceries. Using the earth as a reference to gain is not truth. I am correcting you right now. Only 6 years ago, silver was way below 20. That's not happening again. Yeah, silver's never going to go below 20 ever again. 1,000 will be the new floor. Joker. $1,000 will be the new floor. Well, oh, that's better. Oh, that was gross. Oh. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button too. Yeah. XRP 206. Bitcoin 95,400 right now. Ethereum 3,300. You drink the moldy can that's been sitting on your desk for a week. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't even paying attention, bro. Just took a big slug of urine. Not bad, not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. I've done plenty of worse things in my life. Bots, say hello and I will subscribe. Hello, Croswell. I want to give a big shout out to Croswell. He is our newest subscriber. So thanks for being here, bro. I hope that you want to make a lot of money. I hope that you're into the precious metals and crypto. Because we're going to have a lot of gains coming this year. 2026, it's going to be the year for crypto, the year for silver and gold. And don't forget about platinum, okay? The year for platinum is upon us. Got to get rich, guys. We got to focus. We got to focus. Let's see if I have a... I do. Merry Christmas. Chain don't sound right. Why? Why do you think the copper as a long-term hold? Copper? Well, let me just show you guys. I do like a little bit of copper, you know. Like copper, guys. Because it's going to be very useful and necessary on all continents. It is a good conductor of electricity, but it's cheap, okay? Now, silver is a lot more money. Silver is way better, but it costs too much money. So copper is like a cheap silver, okay? Yeah, exactly. Copper is like baby silver. They're both good conductors of electricity, okay? They're both used in similar applications. Silver, though, is by far the superior metal. By far. Copper is just good because it's cheap, you know? And that's why I like it. You can buy a lot of copper for a small amount of money. Okay? How long have you been doing the whole gay thing? I'm not gay. I'm straight, dude. These haters, they got nothing. That's what they say. The haters, that's all they do is, oh, you're gay, you're gay. No, I'm not. I'm straight, and I want to meet a woman and have a family, you know? Copper can't take the heat. Copper is not scarce. What? Bro, you don't even know. You don't even know, bro. Titanium going to keep going up. Yeah, titanium. I'm not a big... I don't invest in titanium. And I don't think you should. Stick with silver, gold, copper, and nickel, too, is good. Nickel. This is a really good investment. Gold is king. All the surface copper is gone. Yeah. Yeah, all the easy copper is gone. God, why do you think we're trying to go into Greenland? You know, a lot of the rare earth minerals are drying up. This guy says he makes copper. Yeah, we got... But guys, hit that subscribe button, all right? Try to hit that subscribe button. Yeah, all the easy silver is all gone. They got to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth. And, you know, they have to go back to mines that are not very productive to try to find silver from those mines. It's really, silver is getting rarer and rarer. All the silver gets used up. Okay? That's why silver is better than gold. Because all the silver gets used up, all the gold gets hoarded for the most part. So I really prefer silver. This guy's allergic to nickel. Been holding gold for almost 2 weeks now. That's it. That's funny. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot more people buy gold now when the price is moving. You gotta stop doing that though, bro. You gotta buy gold when it's dirt cheap, you know, which is never gonna happen again. If you did not buy gold for $300 an ounce, then you're never gonna be able to. That opportunity is gone. Everybody waiting for a dip, a big dip's not gonna happen. Yeah, you might get a small dip if you're lucky. But I would just buy it now. If you don't have any gold or silver, you got to buy it now. You can't keep waiting forever, hoping for a dip when it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. Do I like riddles? No. He says in England, a lot of the bullion dealers are running out of silver. That's crazy, yeah. Retail is buying it up. Retail loves to pay a lot of money. Okay? Oh, silver's up to 80 bucks. Let's buy it. You know, that's crazy. When silver was $24, I was trying to buy as much as I could. You know? I ain't trying to buy silver now. I was buying it low. But I'm not selling either. Okay? I just see better opportunities than silver. And I have enough. I got plenty of silver, bro. I'm wearing half a kilo of silver around my neck. Wow. This guy's got a 15-ounce chain of silver. Good on you, bro. Good on you. Crude oil is the best price commodity. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Crude oil is pretty cheap, bro. And I think it's going to go higher. Yeah. I believe that crude oil is going to skyrocket. So we have to buy oil stocks, okay? Do not forget about oil stocks. I predicted that gold and silver would skyrocket, and they did. Now I'm predicting oil will skyrocket, okay? How we make money, guys. We got to invest in oil stocks. Invest in gold stocks, silver stocks. Remember, I have my full list of oil stocks on my Patreon. I only charge $10, okay? $10 a month, and you get my full list of oil stocks. Wow. You gotta be shitting me, bro. Fucking A, cocksuckers. I got it. Yes. Whoo-wee. Look at that sardine. Protein. Oh. Tastes like I died and gone to heaven. Mmm. This guy says he's shorting Tesla. No, I don't want to short Tesla. You may be right, but I'm not going to make that trade. I just don't want to, okay? Because I think there's a lot of other trades that I'm putting my money at. I don't think it's smart to short Tesla. To be honest with you, I'd rather buy it. Yeah. I don't care if you're shorting Tesla, dude. Why are you telling us? I do not care. Do what you want to do. Shortening a losing man's game. Just look for the... Yeah. It's better to be bullish, I think, because they're going to be cutting interest rates. We're going into a risk-on environment. I think we're going into a bullish environment, okay? Yeah. I don't like to short stuff. The only time I do is like an intraday. If I'm shorting anything, you bet your ass I'm going to be right there watching it. Because shorting stuff, it can really cause you to lose. You can lose a lot of money if you're wrong. What am I snacking on? It's a sardine. Fish. Very good, very healthy. I'm doing silver physical land. Can I have a bite? No. Okay, bro, I gotta go. I gotta go to my full-time job. I'm a supervisor at Burger King. All right, guys, I gotta go to work. So thank you, everybody. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna see you back here tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about gold and silver. So guys, subscribe, and we're gonna talk about working out too. How to get jacked and how to get rich, all right? Subscribe.